Hey everyone, this is Ashish. In this video, I'm going to simulate short strangle position in stocks where there was a whipsaw. What do we mean by whipsaw? So let's say we had sold a strangle. First, there is an upside move, and say we roll the puts up in order to stay in the trade. And then there is a sharp reversal, and now our puts are starting to get tested. So that's what we call whipsaw. So in this video, I'm going to share a secret that I use in my trading very often that helps me defend my short option positions even if there is a whipsaw. So I have earlier done a video on Bajaj Finance simulation where the stock moved 20% on the upside and still the position got managed very well. If you have not looked at that video, please do check that out. There's a link in description. Now let's start with this one. The first stock that I have chosen in this for this video is Axis Bank, and that is for September 2020 expiry. So if we look at this chart, this is Axis Bank chart, and sometime around 21st of August, Axis Bank started moving up from 440 to almost 534 within the matter of 4-5 trading sessions. So it almost moved 20% in 4-5 trading sessions. And then there was an equally sharp reversal. It started coming down and it came down to its original level of 440 within the next 6-7 trading sessions. So in 10-11 trading sessions, it had first moved up 20%, up about 20%, and then again it had moved down about 20% to come back to its initial trading range of around 440. Now, before I start to simulate this trade, I want to share a few things. First is, when do we sell strangle? So there's no ideal time for this, but I start putting on strangles early on in the expiry. So that this is 30 to 35 trading sessions before the expiry. So September expiry was 24th of September. So I would look to sell a strangle in stocks sometime between 20th to 24th of August, which is 30 to 35 trading sessions. Secondly, the initial stop that can be kept can be figured in two ways. One is you can either keep 2 times the credit which you have received. So let's say we have collected 20,000 on a strangle. So our initial stop can be 40,000. And second way of putting an initial stop loss on a given trade could be based on a fixed percentage of your overall account size. So I've explained this in my earlier video that for account sizes which are 25 lakhs, initial stop can be 2% of 25 lakhs, which is 50,000 on one such naked short option position trade. And for account sizes which are greater than 50 lakh, it can be kept at 1% of the capital, which is again 50,000. The next thing is, we should not keep any naked short option position in the last week of the expiry. I have said this many times before. It's not wise to keep your trades running in the last week of expiry in order to save ourselves from gamma effect. So unless the position is sitting very comfortably and the break evens are far away, we can look to be in the trade. Otherwise, it is best to get out of the trades on Friday, which is on Friday of the week, which is prior to expiry. Okay, so with that, let us start with the simulation. So on 24th of August, Axis Bank is trading at around 444. And if we look at the strikes, we can select our strangle to be 400 put and 500 call. Both are around 1920 delta. And since the strikes are round numbers, they'll be fairly liquid. So let's go ahead and initiate this position on 24th of August. So we are going to sell one put, 400 put of 6 points for 6.75. And then we are going to sell 500 call option for 6.1. So the credit which we have received for this trade is 15,400. So our initial stop can be set at 2 times this credit, which is around 31k. If we look at the Greeks, we have obviously delta neutral short strangle, so delta is close to 0, and it's a short vega trade. We have daily theta of about 52, which is very less to start with. Now let's move ahead and see what happens going forward in the expiry. So on 27th of August, Axis Bank opens at around 468, which is a gap up open, and we are getting a loss of about 1200 bucks. And if we look at the Greeks, our put delta is 10.5 and call delta has become 31, and overall positional delta is 20.74. So like we have discussed before, whenever delta crosses 20, we will adjust and roll the put up. So we are going to buy this 400 put option for 3.35 and sell a new put option which is about 2022 delta, so that our overall delta gets reduced by half, which is 430 strike. It is 22 delta. We are going to sell this option. And again our delta gets reduced to 9 delta short. Let's see what happens moving forward. So again on 28th of August, which is next day, again Axis Bank opens gap up, and if we look at the Greeks, we are about 30 delta short. So it's a major gap up which we are seeing. If we look at the option chain, we are going to buy this 430 put option for 4.7, and we are going to sell a new put option. Now call delta is 44, so we are going to choose a put option which has 35 delta, 30, 34, 35 delta, which is 470. So we are going to sell this put option, and again our delta has now reduced to about 9. We look at the payoff chart. This is where Axis Bank is sitting, and we have a break even from 444 on the downside to 530 on the upside. And within next few minutes, we see that the call delta has crossed 50, and since the call delta has become more than 50, we will roll the put up directly to 500, and we will convert the initial short strangle position to at the money straddle, which is 500. So we will buy this 470 put option back for rupees 12.35, and we are going to sell 500 put option for 24.4. So now we are in 500 straddle. This is our payoff. Our upper break even is around 540 and lower break even is around 460. So we'll continue to be in the trade as long as the break evens are not breached and our loss limit is within the acceptable limit for this trade. On 1st of September, what we see is that Axis Bank has started to reverse. So it was trading at around 514 couple of days before, and then it has reversed from there, and now it is trading below 500. Remember, we have a break even on the downside which is close to 460. Now on 4th of September, what we see is that Axis Bank is very close to our break even of 460. The losses that we see on screen is about 18,000, which is less than the acceptable loss limit for this trade, which is 31k. So what we are going to do next is, if this 460 gets taken, if Axis Bank starts to trade below 460, and it should be good 1.5% below 460, then we will make an adjustment. We will add an in the money butterfly. So on same day, 4th September, we see that Axis Bank future is now trading at around 456. Our break even was 461. So this is about 1%, little over 1% below our break even, and our losses are still 27k. So what we are going to do is we are going to add an in the money butterfly. So we are going to buy a 460 put option which is slightly in the money. near about our initial break even, and we are going to sell two put options, and we have to select a strike which should give us the credit which is close to the debit of the 460 put option. So the debit is 25.25. So we will look to sell a put option which uh, which will give us a credit of about 25. This is a dirty trick which one can use. So here 430 put option is trading for 12.3. So we are going to sell two lots of this 430 strike put option, which will give us about 24.6, which is close to the debit which we have received in our 460 put option. So we have sold over. Yeah, we have sold these two put options. And again, to complete this butterfly, since we have sold a put option which is 30 point away from our bought put option, we'll again buy a 30 point away put option which is 400 strike, and we'll convert this to a butterfly position. So what we have done is we have bought one lot 460 put option, sold two lots 430 put option, and again bought one lot 400 put option. So this butterfly which we have added, it has come at around a cost of 5.5 rupees, and this will extend our break evens further. So if we look at our break even chart, at our payoff chart, then this tent which has been created from here, instead of straight line, we see that this tent has been created. And if Axis Bank let's say goes down and still expires above 430, then we'll get out at minor loss, which is 8,000. And obviously if it reverses completely and goes above 468 or something, then we'll start to make money. Now we'll stay in this trade as long as our loss limit is not acceptable. A loss limit is not breached. So let's see what happens next. So Axis Bank is trading, Axis Bank goes higher the following day, and the losses are a bit reduced. It has come down to 21. Axis Bank continues to go down, and now we see that the loss that we see on screen is 34,000. So now the secret adjustment that I talked about at the start of this video is the ability to accept losses. What separates good traders from the bad ones is this ability to take losses and move on from a trade. We had taken this trade with an initial stop of 31,000. What we see on screen now is 34,000 stop, 34,000 loss. Even after trying a few adjustments, then it is best to book this loss. I keep saying that adjustments help you stay in the trade, but they are not a magical solution which will bail you out from an ugly or a very losing position. And another advantage of booking losses is it helps you stay focused. Let's say had we kept on trying to manage this trade by trying out more adjustments, who knows, we might have missed out on missed out on many other better trading opportunities. And moreover, there's no guarantee that, if even after more adjustments the trade would take a turn. So my humble advice to you is learn to book losses and stop over managing the trades. So that was about Axis Bank. Now we'll move to SBI. So this is SBI. Future is trading at around 206, and we will initiate a short strangle position. We are going to sell 185 put option and 235 call option. Both are about 17 delta. So we'll sell this 185 put, and we will sell 200. No, not this one. 235 call option. The initial credit which we have received on this trade is around 14k. So the stop for this particular trade will be 28,000, and it's a delta neutral trade which we have initiated. Let's look at what happens going forward. So on 28th of August, SBI started moving higher, and like we see on the screen that our call delta has become close to 30 and put delta has been reduced to 8.5. and overall delta of the position is more than 20. So we'll buy this 185 put option for 1.15 and sell a new put option which is close to 20 delta, 1920 delta. So we have this 200 put option which is 20 delta. We are going to sell this one, and our new delta is about 9 delta short. So let's move forward. So on 31st of August, what we see is that our positional delta is more than 20 delta short. So what we are going to do is we are going to roll the put up again. So current put is 200, which we have sold for 3.1. We are going to buy this back for 2.25. And we are going to sell a new put option which has a delta close to 25. So which will make our position net 10-11 delta short. So 210 is 26 delta which we can sell. So our new delta is now 10, net short about 10. And SBI is trading at around 225. Our break evens are 202 or 244. The newest angle which we are in is 210 put option and 235 call option. The losses that we currently see is about 4,600. And now on 4th of September, SBI opens gap down. Our put delta has crossed 50. SBI has crossed our short strike of the put option, which is 210. So like I have said earlier, in this case what we are going to do is we are going to convert our position to straddle. So we are going to buy this 235 call option back for rupees 2.15. And we are going to sell a new call option which is 210 call option for 8.3. So now we have converted the position to straddle. We are close to 0 delta, and if we look at the payoff, this is how the payoff looks. We have break evens from 195 to 224. So on 9th of September, SBI continues to go down, and we see that it is about to breach our break even, which is 195. The loss that we have on screen now is 16,600. The initial stop for this trade is around 28,000. So if it goes 1.5% down from here, we are going to initiate an in the money butterfly. So we see that SBI has reversed from the exact same levels, which was 195, and we did not initiate a butterfly because it was hardly it had hardly breached the break evens. So on 18th of September, we see that SBI has breached this break even of 195, and it is now trading below 195. I've earlier said that we will look to book all our short option trades before the Friday, which is in the prior week of expiry. So this expiry was 24th of September, and 18th was the previous Friday. So instead of trying out more adjustment in this trade, we will simply book this loss which we see of about 16,500 in this trade. And if there is sufficient high IVs and liquidity in next month options, and if we still want to be trading SBI on the short strangle side, we can roll the entire position. In fact, we can close this entire position and create a new 17 delta strangle in the following month. So in both the examples that we discussed today, both SBI and Axis Bank, we had to book loss. I deliberately chose these two examples where there was very sharp reversal, and it was almost impossible to manage the trades and come out of the trades at a profit or at a negligible loss. I could have chosen other examples. When I was looking back, I saw Tata Steel as one of those cases where there was sharp reversal. But I did not choose those examples and deliberately chose these two, which ended up in losses because the purpose of making this video was to not show adjustment methods as some kind of a holy grail. They work, at times they work, but at times you have to book losses. So on that note, I would like to conclude that if you try the adjustment methods that have been suggested by me in the videos earlier, and are also willing to accept losses in case the adjustments don't work, it will help you a lot in your overall trading. Thanks for watching this video. Please do let me know your thoughts about this video in comments, and do subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Thank you.